going to remove the alternator from a BMW. Here you have to remove the cover, front cover, and then from there you can check out down there. Use a flat screw or number 8 socket millimeter. After removal of that, you remove the fan. And then once you remove the fan, to give you access to use the belt tensioner, so that you release the belt holding the alternator. And once that is done, guys, we remove the inlet duct holding coming from the turbocharger, which goes to the front sides. We have 2 connectors which is holding into that. So the connectors are on both sides of this plastic duct. We take them out, then we remove all these fasteners out, then we pull them out. Once that is done, what we do is we remove this plastic, this cabling, by just using a prying tool. Just lift them up, and then it will pop out from these three locks. Once it's out, it gives us access to access the four E10 screws, which are holding the alternator to the sides. And then before that, we have 10mm bolts which are holding the alternator cover to the side of the engine. We take those out, and back here we have the number 13, which holds the alternator. But before we do that, you make sure you disconnect the battery. Once that is done, then you can go ahead and remove it. Okay, once we're here, we're gonna remove the lower side of the duct going to the engine, and then we disconnect the gas line, which goes over the alternator, so that once it's loose enough, it allows us space to pull out the cover, the alternate hard cover, to come out. Then from there we can also pull out the alternator. And once we remove that's the 8mm. Then once that is out of our way, then we can remove the E10 connectors, which are on the side of the alternator. You can just use any tool. I'm going to use a flex to pull this out, and I recommend first you just break it out before you use the tool or something. You just pull it out so that it doesn't break inside. Yeah, okay guys, just follow with me, and then I'll keep explaining on how to pull it out. Also guys, as you're going to continue with this, make sure you put something below the car to tap some coolant, because I'm going to be releasing one of the hoses to give me access to pull out the alternator safely. So make sure you have something to catch it down there, maybe like a tray or something. So I'll show you guys when we reach there. So let's just proceed removing these bolts and let them out of the way. Okay, we have to remove these rubber bolts which are covering this inlet, inlet air from the turbocharger. So once those ones are out of the way, it gives us enough space to pull out the cover which is holding which is sitting on top of the alternator, so that we can be able to pull the alternator out. So this is the pipe, guys, I was talking about. This is the hose you have to disconnect, so that gives us access, like enough room to pull out the alternator. So before we pull it out, we have two more bolts down here holding on to something like an actuator. That should be like T20 is a Torx screws. So you just make sure you have a nice tool which can just go in there and it'll help you pull it out. Okay, so here I've disconnected the alternator from the battery. Okay, so before the cover comes out, guys, it's important that you disconnect the gas line from under the oil cap thing. You use the number 17 as a flat. So once that's out, it gives us enough space to pull out that cover, because without that it's so difficult to come out from there. So guys, I've pulled from here, I've pulled it out. I pull it gently from down there, slow by slow, making sure I don't break the hoses going to the cooling hoses going to the turbocharger. I just take a slice, but if you see, guys, it's gonna be tough. You might break any hose. You just disconnect the hoses all the way up there from the turbocharger, and then just you lay them on the side, so you'll be able to pull it out without a problem. So once that is done, guys, it's time to put it back. You just do the reverse of what you already did, and then you should be good to go. Okay, I hope you guys the video helped you out.